The Prince and the Maid, the final part. With their hearts intertwined, they flew into the night, leaving behind the world they knew. Ayotunde and Ireti traveled through dense forests, across the rivers and over mountains. They encountered dangers, faced hunger, and grew weary, but nothing could break their bond. The prince, once the future ruler of a kingdom, had become fugitive and had never felt more alive. Back at the palace, the king and queen were furious. When they discovered their son's disappearance, they sent their soldiers to search the kingdom. But Ayotunde and Ireti were always one step ahead, guided by love and the promise of freedom. Months later, Ayotunde and Ireti found refuge in a small village far from the kingdom. They had no wishes, no titles, but they had each other. They lived humbly, working with their villagers, and Ayotunde was content. But fate had a way of bringing change. One day, a messenger from Olorun arrived in the village. It was a royal envoy, and Ayotunde feared the most. "Your Highness," the envoy said, bowing deeply. "The kingdom and the queen request your presence. There is a matter of great importance they wish to discuss." Ayotunde heart raced. "What is this about?" he asked. The envoy hesitated. "They have finally come to understand that your love for Ireti is true. The people of Olorun are restless. They seek a leader who understands them, one who has love for their village. The king and the queen have decided to call for your return." Ayotunde and Ireti exchanged a look. The journey had been long, but their love had brought them through it all. Now it seems their love had come full circle. When Ayotunde and Ireti returned to the palace, they were greeted not with scorn but with open arms. The king and the queen, realizing the depth of their son's devotion, had finally accepted Ireti. The people of Olorun too welcomed her, for they had witnessed the strength of their love and knew that true leadership came from their hearts. Prince Ayotunde ascended the throne not only as a ruler but as a symbol of what love could conquer. No title, no wealth, no power was greater than the love he and Ireti shared. Together they ruled with wisdom, compassion, and understanding that the greatest bond is the one from the heart, regardless of the status or pets. And so the prince and the maid, once torn apart by the weight of a kingdom expectation, became legend whose love story was told for generations to come. Few months later, King Ayotunde proposed to Ireti, who accepted wholeheartedly, and both live happily ever after.